Welcome. I'm Dawn from Sew Essentials, and we're talking today about the stress busters. We're talking about oils that we can use to help manage stress. Of course, it's not going to get rid of the stress in our lives. Things that are causing us stress are still going to be there, but we can, my husband's in the background pointing to himself, that we can manage it a little bit better. So I'm going to start a screen share so that you can see what I can see. All right, super. Okay, this is a New Year, New You class, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what New Year, New You means later. But New Year, New You briefly is for people who have not joined with a wholesale membership, can join this month and have a qualifying order this month and next month, and doTERRA will give you 100 points in product of your choosing after your second order, your February order runs. So this class qualifies you to get that deal, which is awesome. So moving on from there, let's see, let me move this out of the way here. There you go. All right, there are 3 different ways you can use essential oils. Mostly when we are using oils to change our mood, the #1 way we want to use it is aromatically. There are some exceptions. Topically is still fine. You can use oils on the back of your neck. You can use oils on your wrist. You can use oils on the bottom of your feet, over your heart, on your temples. Those are all really good places to use them as well. And sometimes internally. And it sort of depends what it is that you're trying to accomplish with oils and how you're going to use them. So for example, if you just had an extra hard workout at the gym and you have sore muscles, topical is really the way to go. You want to put the oil right where you're hurt. If you're looking to change your mood and you have a diffuser, put the diffuser on. That's the easiest way to get that. Or put a drop in your hands and rub it together and then breathe over your, breathe into your hands. And that's a great instant way to get that oil into your system. Okay. A little bit about safety. If you have a product guide already, or if you've been on the website, you will see these letters. This is aromatically, topically, and internally. And then skin sensitivity for topical use. So if it's marked N, that means neat. That means you don't need to dilute it at all. You still can. It's totally safe to dilute things. It doesn't diminish the quality in any way. So diluting is still fine, even if you don't need to for skin sensitivity. It can make your oils last a little longer. For sensitive skin, whether or for children, those would want to be diluted. And so like lavender would fall under neat. Peppermint would fall under sensitive. Peppermint's kind of tingly. Okay. And then the red D is for dilute. There's a handful of oils, none of which we're going to talk about today, but have to be diluted all the time. For example, oregano is an oil that you really do need to dilute if you're going to put that on your skin because it's a hot oil. Okay. Don't ever put oils in your eyes or ears or nose. And if you do happen to rub them in your eyes, you will know it. Get a paper towel or a cloth and put some coconut oil or any kind of vegetable oil that you have in your kitchen and just wipe it over your eye, and that will take care of it. You don't want to try to rinse anything off with water. Same thing if you feel like for example, if you put peppermint on your skin and you decided, you know what, that's a little bit too tingly for me, I'm not really crazy about it. You don't want to wash that off with water. It'll make it feel worse. You want to wipe that off with coconut oil or some other vegetable oil to dilute it that way.
That's good to know.
Yeah. It's one of those things, someone on my team accidentally had taken the reducer top off the bottle of Digescent, which has peppermint in it, and wanted to put a little bit on her son and ended up dumping like half a bottle of it all over him. He was like, she's like, what do I do? What do I do? I put him in the shower and I was like, oh no, get him out of the shower. Get him out of the shower. You need to just slather his whole body with like coconut oil. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And then he was fine. But it was, yeah, you don't really need that much Digescent at any one time. This is a little bit about quality, and I can post this in the So Essential page so that you can see it a little bit later. But doTERRA is really, can you hear over my son's swing in the basement? Is there a lot of background noise?
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
All right. There's a lot of noise underneath me. doTERRA is a science company, and they do more testing than anybody else, than any of the other top essential oil companies. And actually, they've just been named the largest essential oils company in the world with over 4 million users, which is a huge amount, except when you think about there's a couple million people in Chicago alone, and we're in the Chicago suburbs, so it's not that many when you think of it that way. There is testing available now on Source2You, the gas to mention down here, GCMS testing, source2you.com for all the single oils. You can find the batch number on the bottom. If I can hold that up. There's a number printed on the bottom of the oil, and you enter that at source2you.com, and it will give you the GCMS testing. Nobody else releases those. And this is something that doTERRA just started doing. They've been testing it all along, but they didn't have that available for us to see. So that's a very cool thing. And that's by batch number. So it's not just like this type of oil was tested once, and now, you know, you may or may not have that bottle in your hand. This is the exact batch number that's tested, and it's third-party testing that's being shown. So that's very cool. It's not just doTERRA saying, yes, yes, this is great. It's actually a leading researcher that tests them. And so we have that available to us. Okay, so I'm jumping into the oils. Cedarwood, and I started with this one because this is my doTERRA story. This is what got me involved with doTERRA in the first place. Cedarwood is a calming oil, and tree oils tend to be grounding. And if you think about trees being rooted in the ground, they help keep you rooted to the earth as well. Cedarwood will calm a fight or flight response. And that was why it was recommended to me to use with my son, who shut the computer earlier. And I tried it once when he was totally calm, and I couldn't tell anything. But if you think about, like, if you took something for an upset stomach and your stomach wasn't upset, how would you know if it worked? So I just put it aside and I didn't worry too much about it. And then about a week later, he had a complete meltdown where he'd thrown himself on the floor and he's hitting himself in the head and he's crying and he's screaming and he's just thrashing all over the place. And I can't get near him. And I thought, let me try this. And I had trouble getting the drop out of the little sample bottle that I had. And I dashed it on the back of his neck and dashed away because I was trying not to get hurt. And within 2 minutes, this full meltdown that he was having was over, and it was like it had never even happened. And I thought, okay, I have to have this. I have to have this on hand all the time. And we decided actually that we would use it every day. So we sort of use it as a preventative measure, and he doesn't really have those outbursts that he used to. And they were not daily at that time, but they were really regular. And now they're very rare. So we use a drop of that on the back of the neck before he goes to school in the morning, even on non-school days. We do it every day, but in the morning and then sort of an after school time. And the best place for that is right at the back of the neck, all the way up to the base of the skull. That's the best, and that's the part that you want to hit, that base of the skull. But it smells nice. If you've smelled cedar before, which you probably have, it has that cedary smell. So it's great for relaxation. A lot of people like it in the evening when they're trying to wind down after work or after school. For my son, this is the thing that helps him with kind of staying even keeled throughout the day. So cedarwood is our first one. Wild orange is one of my favorites. And oh, the thing I didn't mention about cedarwood emotionally is the oil of community. So it helps you stay connected with other people and helps you feel that it's okay to be part of a group, whether that's a group at work or at school or within family. It's the oil of
Does that one diffuse well?
Yeah, it does. And it mixes nicely with citrus oils too. So you can diffuse that alone, or if you have a diffuser, mix a couple of oils together in the diffuser. That's fun too. And you can make up your own blends. So you can have your own custom blends.
That would be good for carving.
Yeah, I was thinking, that's why I asked about the diffuser. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wild orange is the oil of abundance, and citrus oils are generally very uplifting, but wild orange is uplifting and calming at the same time. So it's a little bit relaxing, and it's the oil of abundance. It makes you feel like you have enough, and that you don't need to hold on so tightly to everything, because you have plenty. Plenty of whatever it is that you need. Frankincense, and wild orange, wild orange is the product of the month this month. So people that are already members can get this oil free through the 15th with a qualifying purchase. Frankincense can be free for everyone this month with a 200-point purchase, whether you're joining or you're already a member. And frankincense is an oil that can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. It doesn't taste great, but frankincense is one of the oils that when taken internally, it does help with stress. There's 3. Frankincense is one of them. So I love this diffused. It mixes really nicely with wild orange, the last one that we just talked about. It has the smell of incense. If you've ever been in a church that burns incense, the big cathedrals do. Depends what religion you are, but my husband's church burns incense sometimes, and it's that smell. So it has a kind of rich, I don't want to say mystical, but a rich, ancient, sacred kind of smell. A lot of people use it during meditation. It's the oil of truth. So it helps you connect with what is really true and what is really important. It's also an oil that helps you feel safe. And this is an oil that we also use daily in our house. I love it for any time that I'm having a tough day. And I love it even when I'm not having a tough day. It's one of those ones that I really, really love. But we use it on Connor every day too. It supports healthy brain function, and that's why we started using it. But because it makes him feel safe, he stopped dropping to the floor at school, which was a stress thing that he was doing when there was a transition, like when he was going from one classroom to the next. So it cut that out, and I think it's really feeling safer at that point. Right. Next up, TerraShield. This is a bug spray, and it works on people too. So if you have someone in your life that is a drama queen or a drama king, or someone that has a lot of negative energy that you feel like you're absorbing and you need to stop that, this is fantastic. So you can use it as is, you can dilute it and use it in a spray. I know someone who said that they put it in the diffuser and put it by the front door, so that when people came into their home, they were like leaving their baggage outside and they weren't bringing it in, which was a great idea. But it's funny because it's a fantastic bug spray. It doesn't smell like poison. It doesn't smell like you just sprayed yourself with poison. Someone described the smell as banana, that chewy fruit candy that I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's like a banana flavored candy, and it smells actually quite nice. So you won't feel like, why is she telling me to wear bug spray? It smells good, and it will help block off a lot of other people's negative emotions. And Audra, who is my cousin, she used this on her son when they had a whole bunch of moves in a very short amount of time. They had a house that they were building, they moved into it, and then her husband took a job in another state, and they had to move again, and then they had to move into a temporary house, and they moved again, and her son took that very hard, and he really absorbed a lot of the stress that she was going through. he was just a little bit too empathic on it. And she started spraying him down every morning with this, and that helped him significantly. Just to not be quite so in tune with the stress that she was having. Lavender. Serena, I know this is your favorite.
Mhm.
This is a very calming one. This is a scent that you're probably really familiar with. This is the second oil that is good to take internally for stress. And you can just take 2 drops. It does not taste good. As it is, when you mix it with other things, if you mix it like in lemonade, it's quite delicious. And if you mix it with other citrus things, it's really good. But on its own, it has a very green taste, but it's not in any way that you would describe as yummy. But lavender taken internally does promote calming and relaxation. Also, you can use this aromatically, so put it in a diffuser. You can make a room spray with it and spritz the room, but also spritz your linens, things like that, so that you're having a nice restful evening. Some people like to use it all day long. Some people like to use it just in the evening when they're trying to wind down at the end of the day.
Yeah, I diffuse that one at night through the whole evening to get a good night's sleep.
Yes. Yeah. Petitgrain is and lavender is the oil of communication. Petitgrain is a newer oil for doTERRA, and this has very similar chemical components to lavender. It's a little bit more herbal. It's made from the leaves and twigs of the, not wild orange, bitter orange tree. And they're calling it the manly lavender. So it doesn't have a real florally scent, but it's not really citrusy scented either. It's a little bit herbal, and it's very, very light, but it's also very calming. So you could use this in the same way that you would use lavender. And for anybody that can't tolerate lavender, petitgrain is a great substitute. There are a few people that with lavender, they aren't relaxed. They actually feel a little bit more agitated.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about lavender's scent.
I'm not crazy about lavender as a scent either, but it doesn't make me agitated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an emotional block with lavender because I wore it in college, and a boy told me that I smelled like his grandma.
Oh.
That ruined lavender for me right then and there, and I haven't gotten over it.
Yeah.
Okay, bergamot. Bergamot is the oil of self-acceptance, and this can help you have a little bit better belief in yourself, and that you can do things, and that the little voice in your head that nags you that says, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, this can help you bypass that little voice. This is a citrus oil. This is the most sensitizing sun-wise of all the citrus oils. So you need to be very careful if you use this topically that you are not out in the sun, because you will get burned. Like, so you need to either not use it topically if you're going to be in the sun, or put it someplace where you're not going to have sun exposure. Like if you put it on the bottom of your feet, that's fine, but you don't want to like rub it all over your face and then go outside. And, bergamot is the fruit that makes Earl Grey tea Earl Grey tea. So if you have just some plain black tea, you can add bergamot to that, and then it'll make it taste more like Earl Grey. Grapefruit is the oil that is honoring the body, and a lot of people use grapefruit to help curb their appetite, and it does work. You can use it in a glass of water. It tastes great. But the emotional aspect of grapefruit is that you are accepting and loving your body as it is, that your body is good, and your body does a lot of good things for you. It gets you where you need to go, and that's okay. And then you don't have to be, a size 2 to be happy. So that plays into that aspect of stress, worrying a little bit too much about how your appearance is. Oops. Next up, Melissa. Melissa is the oil of light. This is the most uplifting oil that we have. This is lemon balm. It smells very similar to lemongrass, and it has a lot of the same chemical components as lemongrass, but this is much more uplifting. And this is the third oil that can be used internally for mood management. This is available right now at a limited time only. There was a very bad crop of Melissa for the last 2 years, and it's just now become available. It was out of stock for quite a while. And there's a couple of blends that use Melissa, so they were saving all the Melissa that they got just for those blends. It has to be distilled within, I think it's 90 minutes of when it's harvested. So having a really bad crop and then having to have it distilled almost instantly really cut down on the supply that they had available. But this is a great one for anybody that's doing the New Year, New You promotion to get next month as part of their LRP. This is the priciest oil that doTERRA has, but that would cover your LRP for next month. Okay, Breathe, the respiratory blend. This is my nighttime favorite, not for emotional uses, just because it actually helps me breathe at night so I could sleep. But this helps you breathe through if you're having a big problem and you think the advice that you always got when you were a kid was, okay, take 10 deep breaths. It helps you get through each little bit of whatever problem that you're facing. So this is a good one to have on hand for emotional uses, not just for the physical aspects of it. And the next one as well, DigestZen. And DigestZen is the digestive blend, but it helps you if you are feeling that you're taking on so much and you don't know how you're going to get through it all. So the idea of being overfed but undernourished on a spiritual level, where you're taking on too many things and you don't know how you're going to manage to get all of the things done that you need to, and are you getting done the things that you really need to get done in order to nourish your soul, in order to do the things that make you happy. Serenity. This has been updated. It's no longer the calming blend. They've renamed it the restful blend, and they added a few more ingredients to it, but they haven't updated the picture because I checked this evening. But this is very calming. It does have the lavender in it. They've added in cedarwood to it and a couple of other oils. Oh, vetiver is in it now too. And they're promoting it more as something to use in the evening and to wind down and to diffuse at night. You can still mix it with other things and use it during the day. I know plenty of people that still feel like this is the oil that they want to go to during the day to de-stress. But it is being promoted more as an evening, nighttime oil now, just so you know. I made a roller ball with this and peace and balance for my husband. And he's like, yeah, it works great, but it makes me fall asleep. Balance. This is one of my favorites. I tend to really go for the tree oils. They make me feel really good. Again, the grounding and feeling rooted and connected to the earth. And this has a blend of spruce. It's got frankincense in it, and it's got chamomile in it too. You can see those little flowers. This mixes wonderfully with wild orange. And that's actually been our homework diffuser blend for quite a while. Balance and wild orange, or balance and citrus bliss, because it dialed all the stress back. This is a fantastic one you can use every single day on the bottom of your feet. I think it smells great, but you might not always want to smell like the woods, and that's okay. But just a drop on the bottom of the feet every day, and your stress level for the whole day will be much lower. I know the first time I tried it, I was surprised. I didn't really think that it would work the way that people said it would work. And because I'm still skeptical, even though I've been using these oils and seen so many miraculous things, I still get surprised. But I was in this meeting and I thought, I can't believe I'm not more stressed than I am. I can't believe that I feel like I should be really stressed right now in this really tense meeting. And I felt fine. I was not stressed at all. It was fantastic. So, but for homework time, this helps dial back the stress of the, I can't do it, I have too much homework, I'll never get it all done. And that has been a real blessing in our house. Oh. I'm gonna run out of time because I started late. All right, so let me zip through here. Vetiver. Vetiver is a root grass, a grass root oil. So again, another grounding oil. This helps a lot of people stay focused. It sort of slows them down enough if their mind is racing in a bunch of different directions, slows them down enough that they can focus on one thing. And again, this has been added into the Serenity blend as part of it. A lot of people like it in the evening to wind down. This is also in the Peace blend too, which I think is next. Oh yeah. Peace is one of the emotional aromatherapy oils. And this comes in a 5 ml bottle, but it also comes in a roller bottle that's already diluted. So if you aren't diffusing, the roller bottle is a great choice that you can just take with you, and then it's really easy to apply wherever you need it. I tend to like the emotional oils over my heart, but that's my personal preference. We also do some on the wrist too. This is really good for students, but for anybody really, because it's really easy to put your hand up by your face without drawing a lot of weird attention to yourself that you're using the oils, like in class. And you can smell that and calm down or help you focus. Past tense, this is a tension blend. This is fantastic for tension headaches, but you can use this anytime that you're feeling tense. It's a great on the temples and also on the back of the neck. I tend to rub it right into my hairline even, because that's where I feel a lot of tension. It's in the back of my neck, but it's up towards my head. And so wherever the tension is in your head and neck, that's a great place to put it. Okay, Intune is a focus blend. This is for people who are having a little bit more difficulty staying on task. Again, a roller blend, so you can roll it right over your temples or right over your the back of your neck, or the bottom of your feet is good too, if you need to stay on task. I know some people like to use it if they are going to have to drive in a lot of heavy traffic, just so that they're extra focused on what's going on the road. Motivate, this is my Get Stuff Done blend. And I use this several times a week. Whenever I have a really long to-do list, it helps keep me on track, but it's the encouraging blend. So it helps you feel confident. It has rosemary in it, has tangerine in it, or clementine in it, and peppermint. And this will keep you on task as well. It's a slightly different way than the Intune that I just showed you will keep you on task. For me, this just helps me get through everything that I need to do really, really quickly without skimping on quality, but just keeping me focused, and I'm not procrastinating, and I'm not finding ways to get out of the things that I need to do. Clary Calm, this is a blend for menstrual support. It's also really good for menopausal and perimenopausal support too, premenopausal support. And you can roll this on wherever you need it. So if that's the back of the neck, for example, like during a hot flash, back of the neck, or right over your abdomen because you have cramps. And that keeps a lot of people feeling a little bit more even keeled, either during the month that they have their period, or some people that use it all the time and just keep their hormones balanced a little bit more, and they feel a little bit more in control of what's happening. Head support, I think I shared this with you once before in the group. Here's some suggestions for if you've got some tension headache, okay? Just general discomfort. The Deep Blue, we didn't talk about that one. cluster. For frankincense for a headache, it's great to put it on your thumb and then push that up into the roof of your mouth. Pressure, this would normally go on your temples or wherever it is that you're feeling pressure. And then there's the Clary Calm again. And we're back to New Year, New You. All right, we've got about 5 minutes left before they're gonna cut us off here. But I can talk to you more after that. We can just reopen a new Zoom meeting if you want. Are there questions? Is there anything that I can answer for you right now?
I don't have any questions.
Okay.
When you drink like the grapefruit, how much should you drink, and can you drink too much of it?
Sorry, say that to me again. I couldn't hear you. Wait, I'm trying really hard to move. There we go, my speaker up. Say it again.
The grapefruit,
Yeah.
how much of that should you drink during a day? And can you drink too much of it?
You can't drink too much of it. No. I put 2 to 3 drops in a glass of water, and I drink.
Okay.
So I mean, there's 250 drops in a bottle. So even if I drink several glasses of water a day, it's gonna last for a long time.
Right, right.
Normally, the bottles usually say 1 drop to 4 ounces of water. So it would depend, of course, on the size glass that you're using. I've got pretty big glasses.
And do they interact with any kind of medications that you would be taking?
Not the grapefruit. The grapefruit issue with medication comes from a chemical compound that's found in the flesh of the grapefruit.
Okay.
And these are cold pressed from the peel. So there isn't the chemical compound from the flesh, which is why you can't have juice, or they tell you not to eat grapefruit. I have people on my team who are very comfortable with that, and I have other people on my team who say, you know what, I really don't want to chance that anyway. And
Right.
you do whatever is comfortable, but it is a separate part of the fruit that is not related to the part that interacts with medicine.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. That's a great question. Anything else? All right, super. Back to the New Year, New You. If you join within 3 days of this class with a 100-point order, and that can be a starter set of oils, there are some pre-designed kits, and a lot of these fall under, I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 different kits that you would get a bulk of the oils that I talked about today, and then place a 100-point order next month. And Serena can help you with those as well. doTERRA will give you a $100 credit that you will be able to spend on oils and products of your choosing, which is a fantastic deal. They do a bunch of different deals throughout the year for people to join, but this is by far the best one. Absolutely, hands down. To be able to have 100 points that you can spend however you want on whatever oils you want. So if you've got your favorites, you can stock up, and those points are good for a year, so you don't have to spend them instantly. And that's a fantastic way that we can help get more oils into your hands at a great deal. All right. Any other questions about that? All right. Well, I will let you go. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for dealing with our little interruption in the beginning.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.
Please reach out to me if I can help you at all. You can find me on Facebook, or Serena can get a hold of me, and I'm happy to meet with you, and we can meet live, or we can do video chats, and I can help you in a more specific way than just this. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.